And here we are. Good morning, everyone. Good day, good evening, good night, whatever time zone it is for you. As Cut and Quad would say, happy time zone, you all. I am tired, I can tell you. I think I'm already awake 2 hours, but I didn't sleep that much last night because there was a huge thunderstorm, which was cool to listen to. Lots of rain, which was great. Lots of noise because of thunder. I'm happy about that, but not good for sleeping. Very good, not sleeping. Good morning, how are you all doing? I hope you're having a great day, and welcome, Heart of Daggers. Finally, I'm streaming at a time where Australia can join. This was definitely on purpose. And yeah, hello, Mari, hello, Cut and Quad. First and foremost, Cut and Quad. Yesterday, apparently, I didn't realize this on stream, but I mixed you up with Goraline, where I was gushing over your death, your death contribution for our little tarot deck. But apparently, I was saying Goraline, but in my mind, I was like praising you. So thanks again. You did a great death. We can look at this later. Whew. We have a few people who definitely weren't here yesterday, and also who are new to this little thing. Hello, Matt. What are we doing here? What have we been doing? First and foremost, today will be much calmer than yesterday. Yesterday was very busy and very much action. And it was so much fun, but I'm way too tired today. And fortunately, I'm just working on my stuff. But maybe I can hand off one edition to you, Matt, if you want. But let me explain what we did yesterday. Every Monday afternoon, at least European time, we are meeting here on this stream to do a little homebrew workshop for Daggerheart, where we design all together a piece of homebrew, or rather, like I work on something and I get help from chat. Sometimes more, sometimes less so. But it's always a lot of fun and always much appreciated. And this homebrew workshop thing, this stream, is because I'm hosting also every week a challenge, a homebrew challenge over on Reddit and the Heart of Daggers Discord server. Where people chime in, and every week there's a new artwork that I offer up. It's not my own artwork; it's artwork that I either bought that can be used for these kind of purposes, or where I got permission from the artist to use it for that. So the artworks that I have are all sourced ethically and with their allowance of the artist. Just to let you guys know, and you already see over there on the on my whatever, I'm very bad with directions. Over there, you see the art inspiration from Elven Made In. That is this week's art inspiration. It is a tarot card showing the High Priestess. And usually how it goes on Mondays, I offer up a few options. I ask chat what they would like to see me design from or based on the artwork that we have, and then we make a little poll and decide what is happening. But right, I haven't introduced myself. Hello, my name is Azu the Bard. It says down there, but there's just Azu. Azu the Bard. I'm one part of Bard and Raven, just one part. The other half usually is in chat, but not today. The other half is working right now, so my partner, the Jamie Raven, can't join me. So that's why it's only me today. So be nice. I'm doing moderation of chat and stuff like that all on my own. I can do this. Anyways, oh god, I completely lost my train of thought. Whatever. Monday afternoon homebrew streams, and this today is extra, right? Because what we did yesterday, based on this artwork, we designed a whole Daggerheart tarot deck. Okay, I must say, not whole tarot deck. I think a tarot deck has like 70 cards or like 50, whatever, a lot. What we did is we took the major arcana cards from tarot, which are 22 cards. And we added 2 additional cards, one representing fear, one representing hope, which brings us to a flat 24. And 24 is a perfect number to roll with your duality dice. Because we wanted to create a legendary artifact, a tarot deck, a piece of homebrew that people can bring to their table. Someone in their party has this piece of this legendary tarot deck, and occasionally they can draw a card from this, and the effect of the card that they drew happens in the scene. And let me tell you, we had tons of fun, lots and lots of fun with coming up with these effects. And this is where the community came in, where chat came in and chimed in, and we decided on, some people decided to take on different arcana cards or different major arcana cards and design effects for that. If you know tarot, I am not a tarot connoisseur. I have very little knowledge, but the Jamie Raven, my partner, is very much into this, and we have tons of different tarot decks. And I have this, for example, lying around, a Cthulhu-inspired tarot deck. Pretty fun. Just for me to look at for yesterday. Basically, in reach here, I have also other important things to look at. For example, this core rulebook. Lost my train of thought. See, I'm tired. I hope you all are well hydrated and have something to get you awake. This is just water. I already had like half a liter of black tea, but this is not. Wait. Oh, that is cool. Matt, I hope you're still here. There was just a heron who landed at the pond outside. This is my life. I just see random herons that are landing over at the pond. I hope they're catching some fishies. All praise Huron the Wise. If you don't know who that is, check it out. Tadpoles to the pond on Heart of Daggers. All right. So yeah, yesterday we designed. Let me show you guys. Yesterday we designed, I think, 18 out of the 20 out of the 24 cards, where a lot of people joined in. For example, Jeff, Adventure Lies Ahead, CXZ-Man, the Jamie Raven also designed a card. Mari did an amazing death card. Goreline, Nick of Stealth Worm Games, exactly. Yes, we had tons of fun to come up with. Oh, right, that's what I wanted to talk about. If you know tarot, here we go. My train of thought is back. If you know tarot, you can draw a tarot card, but they are shuffled in a chaotic manner, meaning you can draw upright and reversed tarot cards. And depending on whether or not you draw them upright or reversed, this has a different flavor and different interpretation in the tarot world. And that's why our whole idea was, okay, we wanted to make a Daggerheart tarot deck that people can bring on the table. Or rather, maybe not physically at first, maybe eventually down the line we make a physical tarot deck. But it is an item that you can get in a Daggerheart game, in any kind of setting. You draw a card once per scene, and the effect happens. And how do you draw a card? You roll your duality dice. And just by rolling your duality dice, it can be anything between 2 and 24, and it can be with hope or fear. And when it is with hope, you draw the card upright, and the positive effect happens. If you roll with fear, you take the reversed card of the tarot deck, and the negative thing happens. Yesterday I learned there are some cards where this negative and positive thing is reversed. I think Jeff mentioned this to me, that I think the devil, when it's upright, it's bad. When it's reversed, it's good. So that's why we reverse the effects. and that sometimes roll with hope is a bad effect and roll with fear is the good effect. Just to, you guys are not confused. Yes, and so that's why we have now for every card 2 effects, one good, one bad, that are very close in flavor, preferably. But because yesterday it was such a task to coordinate all of the submissions from all of the people, and to go over them and try to clean them up a bit, and discuss the ideas behind each effect. This was such a tall task in just 2 hours, although we went overtime. We actually streamed for 2.5 hours, that I could not work at all on my thingies, on my editions, and I designed, or rather I want to design the Fool, the Magician, and the 2 hope and fear thingies at the end. But I would be willing to give up one of these. Matt, would you feel inspired to create also a card for this? Would you like to have the Fool or the Magician? No, wait. Would you like to have the Magician? Because I think it's very fitting. You are the Heart of Daggers Magician, and it would only be very fitting if you would take this. What do you think? If you want, you can also think about it, because what I will do, I will go over some of the submissions from yesterday, just to refresh my mind and get into the whole creative mindset. If you would like, you could take the Magician, because the Fool already is assigned to me, because yesterday I was a fool on stream to actually think I could work on my stuff as well, so that's why I have to take it. And Mari, since you're here, I know you mentioned that you want to be lurking, but if you would want to also have one extra card, because I think currently you only have one, right? If you want, you could have a fear or hope, but no pressure though. All right, while you guys are thinking, let me go over this again. Right, I remember Jeff texted me yesterday that one of the cards still needs to be reversed. I think the Tower. The Tower is also a card that is supposed to have a negative aspect on the hope side. Okay, great. Then Tower. Let's find the Tower. There we go. So the Tower is supposed to also be negative on hope. Then let's change that. Let's do this. This card, Nick did yesterday. Was very cool. Like this effect is very plain and simple, but I love this so much. It adds so much flavor. All adversaries start questioning their alliances and allegiances in far range. That is very cool. If you have like a big fight at hand and you draw this card, well, all of the adversaries are now very confused who or what they should fight. That is very cool. And now the other side, the closest mortal build structure begins to crumble. Start a standard escape countdown. Standard needs to be capitalized. If it triggers, all targets get buried in the rubble. That is also very cool. I like that card a lot. All right. Right, I remember there are also a few that I haven't looked at yet. For example, this one here. That's why there's no check mark yet. Here we go. But let's start from the beginning. Jeff, the High Priestess. The High Priestess. English is hard. Your senses heighten and you perceive things in supernatural ways. Oh yeah, right. We changed this yesterday. That was fun. Get +2, get a +2 bonus on instinct rolls until you fail any roll of fear. Right. Am I still fine with any roll of... Yeah, any roll of fear. Yeah, this makes sense. Any roll of fear is fine. And the reversed effect. You feel confused and overwhelmed. You roll with disadvantage on instinct rolls until you succeed any roll with hope. Yeah, this is... Should we add a little bit of flavor, some narrative flavor to this? Your senses heighten and you perceive things in supernatural ways. What could be the narrative flavor? The card is called the High Priestess. Yeah, I think my mind is still a little bit too rusty to come up with anything yet. I think that's fine. People can make up their own mind when they say, when the card says your senses heighten, and you see the supernatural. They can then explain what is the narrative flavor here. So no need to edit, I think. Let's go move on. The Empress from Adventure Lies Ahead. The scene transforms into a magnificent throne room. Oh, I remember this card. Crystalline night surrounding a queen made of pure ruby. That is fun. Wait, we don't need that. With a nod of approval and a burst of magic, all PCs clear 2 HP, stress, and armor. For each HP, stress, or armor that you cannot clear, or no, that a PC cannot clear. See, that's why we look at these things 2 and 3 times. For each HP, stress, and armor that a PC cannot clear, gain 1 hope. They gain 1 hope. Now it makes sense, because this affects the whole party. We still have the Queen with a hateful glare and a burst of crimson light. All adversaries clear 2 HP and stress, and increase their damage thresholds by 2. For each one that has unmarked HP or stress, the GM gains a fear. If the GM... Oh yeah, right. We made this much worse. I like this. If the GM already has 12 fear, increase their maximum to 24 for the rest of the session. I love this so much. I can already imagine the faces of the players when they say when they hear this. Oh, this is cool. I love this card. I mean, it is very strong on when you draw the hope, and well, the reverse for the reverse card. I like that. Jeff gave us the Emperor. Light aura suddenly... Wait, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Google. A light aura suddenly glows around you, instilling fear in your enemy. Enemies activating an adversary causes them to also mark a stress. Spotlighting an adversary causes them to also mark a stress. I like this. Wait. English. Aura of light suddenly glows around you. Reversed. You lose control over your behavior and start disrupting your environment. This effect lasts until someone else calms you down. Okay, right. Sometimes my brain, I read stuff, I read it, but I can't comprehend. Let's do this again. You lose control over your behavior and start disrupting your environment. Yes, I remember. This effect lasts until someone else calms you down and clears the stress. All right, this was much more annoying in the original version, where the PC who is losing control would immediately always jump into when everyone else would want to do a roll, and they would do the roll for them. So yeah, we lessened the impact a bit. The Hierophant. All right, this was a card that I haven't looked at yesterday. Great, looking forward to this. By CXZ-Man. Ancient lore and lost secrets come to inhabit your mind. Cool. You become savant until your next long rest. While savant... Oh, savant is a... Cool. While savant, you gain 3 knowledge and gain advantage and get advantage remembering historical events and information that were purposely erased from libraries and mines. That is cool. That is cool. I like that. The Z-Man always has really amazing flavorful ideas, but let me reword this a bit. Your knowledge is set to Oh, no, gain 3. Yeah, right. Increase your knowledge. Oh, wait. Gain a bonus of +3 to your knowledge. To knowledge. Then gain a bonus plus. Gain a bonus. Gain a +3 to knowledge. I think it's fine. Gain a +3 to knowledge. And advantage on rolls aimed to remember historical events and information that were purposefully erased from libraries and mines. I like that. By the way, Matt, if you need some information or help with the magician, if you're still up for it, let me know. Oh, welcome back, Mari. We're just going over the over some of the unlurk. Nice. We're going over some of the additions that were added at the end of the stream that I haven't gone through yet. I already offered to Matt to, if he wants, to make the magician. If you would be up for it, since you only have one right now in the whole deck, the death one, which is amazing. If you wanted to, you could design either fear or hope. I could give you this if you want. If only if you're up for it. Where were we? We were at this one. Wild Savant, gain a +3 to knowledge. And advantage on rolls aimed to remember historical events and information that were purposefully erased from libraries and mines. That is cool. So, what is the reversed effect? You feast on knowledge, cool, and memories. Wait. For each of the player characters at the table, roll 1d4 and erase the corresponding connection question on their character sheet. That is mean. I love it. As the character struggles to remember this part of their life. On a 4, they just mark 1 stress, feeling the dread. Holy cow, that is cool. Oh, that is so mean. That is so mean. This is nearly as mean as your death card, Mari. I love that. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. You feed on knowledge and memories. For each of the player characters at the table, how can we reword this? For each of the player characters at the, or roll 1d4 for each, I think this. Roll 1d4 for each other PC. For each PC at the table. Roll number of d4s equal to the number of PCs except for yourself. Yes, I would agree, but I think we need to specify that 1d4 or that these rolls align with specific PCs, right? That's why I want to have it worded as like you roll one after another for each PC, just so that it's clear. Here we go. You're wanting to do something like making a roll of fear becomes a roll of hope, lasts until you critically succeed, or the GM spends 3 fear. The reverse card would be the opposite. Rolls with hope become a roll with fear. Is that too boring? That is not too boring. I mean, let's say it like this. This is definitely not too boring. If you think it is too boring, you could add a little bit of flavor. How could this manifest? this reverse in basically the outcome of the roll. How could this manifest if you would want to add something like this? Oh wait, I'm wondering, do we have something like this already? Now that you wait, let me quickly go over this. No, I think I haven't seen this. Okay, maybe we did have this at some point. No, that's fine. We could run with this. This is great. Ancient lore. Wait, we are. Yeah, right. We were here. Roll 1d4 for each BC at the table, and erase the corresponding connection question. I see. And erase the corresponding. I don't even know whether or not these connection questions need to be capitalized or not. I think they're not capitalized on their character sheet as the character struggles to remember this part of their life. That is so fun. On a on a 4, they just mark 1 stress, feeling the dread of oblivion. This is so cool. I have to tell CXE man later that this is. I like this. All right, let's have a look at the Jamie Raven contribution, The Lovers. Until your next long rest, tag team moves cost 2 instead of 3 hope to initiate, and you can initiate more than 1 move per session. Right, plain and simple. I love that. More tag team. Let's add a little bit of flavor. You feel closer to your companions as it's before, or rather, you feel closer to your companions as before, as ever before. Ever before? Is this right English? No clue. You feel closer to your companions as ever before. I will ask her later. This is fine. And the negative version, until your next long rest, when you succeed on a tag team move, in addition to its effect, you and your partner have to mark 3 stress among yourselves. Amongst yourselves, maybe? Is this the right word? English is hard. I think it's amongst. Okay. Great. Let's add Mats. The Magician. So you said making a roll with hope becomes a roll with a roll with fear becomes a roll with hope. When you roll with fear, it becomes a roll with hope instead. Last until you critically succeed or the GM spends 3 fear. You know what? I think I keep this. I think I keep just this effect lasts until you critically succeed, because otherwise a GM might. I mean, of course, we are all nice GMs, right? And we're looking out for our players and we want them to have fun. But I rather not give this tool to the GMs to not mess with it. To not take away this thing. Although, to be honest, in this scenario. No. Let's do this. Here we go. Here we go. I think now it's fine. Because now it's for every PC. When a PC rolls with fear, it becomes a roll with hope instead. Here we go. Now it affects all of them, and now the GM can get rid of it. Although then, on the other hand, I can already see some witches do not liking this feature. Because they sometimes do want to roll with fear. Yeah. Let's work with this for now. The reverse card could be the opposite. Yep. When a PC rolls with hope, it becomes a roll with fear instead. This effect lasts until... This effect lasts until a roll critically succeeds. All the PCs spend 3 hope to end it. I think that's a really cool cool mirror effect now, where the PCs also have the chance to get rid of this. I wonder if this needs to be higher or not. We're fine. I'm fine. I think I like this. Matt, what do you think of the Magician? Can we? I think I know how to add a little bit of flavor. Let's put this, the automatic a roll with fear becomes a roll with hope, into the player's agency, and say they can use, or they can make it a roll with hope instead, but they don't have to. I think I would like that. Something like your magic twists into chaos. Turning every triumph against you. Ooh, fun. Until you critically succeed, resolve your rolls with hope as rolls with fears instead. You may, or the party, spend 5 hope to end this effect. Yes. This is great. This is great. It has narrative flavor. This is amazing. Thank you. Yeah. Ooh, I love this. I love it. Your magic twists into chaos, turning every triumph against you. This would be an effect just purely for one person. Do you want to open this up to the whole party, or do you think it's already mean enough to affect just one person? What do you think? One person or whole party? That's my idea. That's the question. Your magic twists into chaos, turning every triumph against you until you critically succeed. Resolve your rolls with hope as rolls with fears instead. Let's keep it to a single character. All right, that's fine. Until you succeed, resolve your rolls with hope as rolls with fears instead. You may 5 hope. You may spend 5 hope collectively to end this effect. I think that's fine. Then it means that you can basically gather the hope from others as well. I like this. And then for the upright, the hope card, would you also want this to be just one character or the whole party? You're thinking of things for the Hope card? Of course, go ahead. Yeah. The Hope card shall be yours. Card. Wait. Oh god, I can't wait. How is this spelled? Wait, another V? Another V. I think the magician is selfish and makes reality bend to his own will. That is fair. Then let's do this. When you roll with fear, you can double V as in stand in for a W. Ah, I see. Got it. When you roll with fear, you can why can't I think of the wording? There is already precedent for this wording. You can choose to make it with hope instead. You can choose to make it a roll with hope instead. Is this the right wording? I'm not so sure. This effect lasts until you critically succeed, or the GM spends 3 fear to end it. But if it's just one person, I think I don't want the end to be with fear, like that the GM can end this. When you roll with fear, you can choose to make it a roll with hope instead. Text flavor to the upright version. Arcane symbols dance at your fingertips as fate bends to your selfish command. Amazing. I do not have to add anything. You are already your creative juices are flowing much better this day than mine. But you already had a whole day to awake. I didn't yet. That's my excuse, sorry. That's cool. Arcane symbols dance at your fingertips as fate bends to your selfish command. When you roll with fear, you can choose to make it a roll with hope instead. This effect lasts until your critic succeed, or the GM spends 3 fear to end it. Now I think. I think this needs to be a heavy cost. 5 fear is so much. 3 fear is also a lot. I think I stick with 3 fear. That's cool. Thank you so much for your addition, Matt. By the way, Matt, I had the question because I saw, and I didn't know this. There is this Withershin thing. Wait. Let me see. This it's on the Heart of Daggers account on the marketplace. Withershin's Atlas or something. Withershin's Thricebound Codex, exactly. Who did this? Did you wrote this? Did you design this? Oh, CXZ Man is here. Hello. Hello, CXZ Man. CXZ Man, we just went over your edition that I haven't looked at, the Hierophant. This is so cool. This is so creative, especially this part here where PCs can lose their connection questions. Oh my god, this is cool. I loved it. We changed a bit, we changed the wording a bit, but it's yeah, hair flip, yes. We changed the wording a bit, but it is really amazing. Let me tell you this. Really cool. We didn't change the flavor, just wording a bit, so to clean it up. Really fun. All right, and by the way, Matt also joined in. Woo, now we have an addition from Matt. Matt, the HOD magician, took the magician. I'm very happy about that. All right, cool. Let's continue. Where were we? Wait, I think we finished. Yeah, we finished this. Okay, then let's continue. You designed it months ago, very similar to a tarot deck. Like Deck of Many Things, but a bit more dramatic. Oh, that is so cool. Am I? Yeah, maybe. Now I want to get it as well. Now I have to get it and see it, what it is. That sounds very cool. And especially, I didn't know that you also were a designer and that you designed something. I just stumbled upon this, the Widdershins Ricebound Codex. I knew that it was on the marketplace. Oh, that is very kind of you. That's okay. I know it would be weird if I say, yeah, let me buy this. Anyways, I mean, you're still getting... Anyways, whatever, I stopped talking. No, I just wanted to finish the story. I saw this. I knew that it was there on the marketplace for a long time already. But I never realized that it is on the Heart of Daggers account, and then I never made the link that maybe you designed this. This is very cool. I didn't know this, that you also were a designer. Hopefully, hey, Matt, I dare you. Should we work on something together eventually? If you are at some point free to work on something else than the marketplace and all the amazing design tools, I would love that. Let me be your partner in crime. The chariot. We were at the chariot. Okay, focus. I already see myself that I only go through all of the other editions and then completely forget that I wanted to work on my stuff. But I can already let you know, I do not have an end date today. I stream until I'm done. So yeah. Oh wait, I just told Zena that that Matt chimed in as well. Now I have to send her Matt's contribution. Just to give her a little chuckle as well. Chaos time indeed. God, no, my freaking ADHD brain. Can someone tell me where was I? What did I want to do next? I think I wanted to go to the chariot, right? I think so. Okay. Oh, the Jimmy Raven is here. Amazing. Cool beans. Ah, that's beautiful. Now she's in chat while at work. Can't believe this. Ooh, I got something from Matt. Thank you, Matt. I will look at this later. Jeff, the chariot. Oh, Mari, you have something. I will look at this later. No, wait, I will do this now. I haven't started it. All right. So, the legendary Jemmy has arrived. Indeed. You're filled with a strong, hopeful feeling, as if you can accomplish anything, as long as you try. Until your next rest, you can add your experiences to your rolls without spending any hope. That is fun. That is fun. And then with fear, you're filled with so much hope. It almost becomes overwhelming. Oh God. You lose the ability to mark one of your hope slots. You lose the ability to mark one of your hope slots until your next long rest, but gain hope equal to your remaining unmarked hope slots. So, Mari, do you mean that this person cannot mark any hope at all, or is just one hope slot crossed out? You are filled with a strong, hopeful feeling as if you can accomplish anything, as long as you try. Until your next rest, you can add your experiences to your rolls without spending a hope. That's great. One hope slot is crossed out, the rest are maxed. but gain hope equal to your remaining. Is this strong enough? Or do you not want this to be? I mean, I would be fine if you say that. At least at the moment, the card is pulled. This is fine, but not as mean as maybe a reversed thingy could be. You know what I could see is something like this. You cannot spend any hope at all, but every time you would gain hope, you still mark it, and when you reach 6 hope, this effect ends. How does that mean? How does that sound? I mean, yeah, kinda. I think because the idea is this whole card reversal thing, where the reverse cards are kind of mean. I mean, your reverse death card is very mean. If you like, you can try to be meaner. And let me write down here the alternative. My suggestion, at least. Yes, that's basically my idea. Yeah. Cannot spend any hope until you max out your hope. Cannot spend any hope. When you mark your last hope slot, the effect ends. You are filled with so much hope that it almost becomes overwhelming. I mean, that is kind of fun, right? I mean, the effect might already be in the flavor of the thing. That you are filled with so much hope that it almost becomes overwhelming. So you, I don't know. No, the effect ends. The effect ends when you mark your last hope slot. Like not mark. I mean, when you, yeah, exactly. When you are full of hope. That's the idea. When you would reach your hope limit, I don't know what exactly the wording would be here precisely, but it's basically, I mean, very rarely people have 6 hope, hopefully, like all of their hope, they spend it before. So the idea is that they cannot spend any hope anymore unless, or they can still do rolls, they could still gain hope, but eventually the effect ends when they have maxed out their hope, if that makes sense. When you max out your hope. Future proofing for scars. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that is very good. When you max out your hope, your hope, the effect ends. Is this fine, Mari? What do you think? And CXZ Man, what do you think about the hope card now? Definitely. No, you're right. You cannot write when you have 6 hope. All right. Great. Thank you. Oh, wait. Here we go. As long as you try. Nice mug. Oh, yeah. Just a big thermo mug to keep all of my drinks cold or warm, depending on what I want. Great. We have a hope card. Let's go to... Oh god, this is so much to go through. You know what? Let's do for a change. Let's work on something on my own. Let's do this. I want to work now on my own instead of everyone else's. You want to make more coffee, but you don't know if you should. Oh, I guess you already had some coffee. If you already had some, then probably the answer is no. And maybe work your magic. You know what? I feel now very, very much under pressure because there's so much, or there's so many cool ideas in here that I'm like, want to come with something mind-blowing now as well, but I don't know if I can. Let's see. You have stupid ideas about the Fool? Let's see if our stupid ideas overlap. All right, so the Fool, new beginnings, adventure, spontaneity. Do we want to summon a literal fool on the hope card? Like someone who distracts the enemies. Ah, come on, Nomad, you do have like more than half the design skills. You do. Do not sell yourself short. But thank you. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's also what this whole design workshop thingy is supposed to help with, right? To hone these design skills and to get like immediate feedback. Because I like this as well, to just like to talk to you guys and see what works and what doesn't and how we can make this better. This back and forth is so much fun to me. That's why I love this so much. Jeff was also very happy yesterday that he could work on his passion tarot cards and also design something and get immediate feedback. He loved this. So yeah. Are we your rubber ducky? I do not know what this reference is. Sorry. I don't know. If this is a good thing, yes, you are my rubber duckies. If this is a bad thing, definitely not. The Fool. So I think my initial idea yesterday was you draw this and you summon an illusion or a full thing that is doing some mayhem on the battlefield and trying to interfere with your adversaries, or to distract maybe other people or so, like cause a bit of a ruckus. I think I would like that. What did you have? Upright. It was just a dream. You can say that it was just a dream and restart a scene that was going bad. Oh, wait, this is for the Fool? Oh, because of new beginnings. Oh, I see where this is coming from. This is fun. You play with 1d20 instead of 2d12, and every of your roll are both with hope and with fear. Oh. Okay. Okay. CXZ man, this thing now just became yours. I just love this so much. I will not be able to make this better. It was all just a dream. What is this? What is this? Ah, I love it. I love it. You know what? No. This is great. Let me just rephrase this. I mean, I am happy if I can just say I was the editor of this thing. I'm totally content with that. You can you can narrate the current scene anew as you please. It was all just a bad dream. You can narrate the current scene as you please. You can re-narrate. Is this a word? You can narrate anew. Is there something English? There's no such thing. No, wait, there is re-narrate. Okay. Is this actually a proper English word or not? Rubber ducky in the sense of like the thing where people explain the ideas to a rubber ducky to see if these ideas actually work or sound good, or in programming to figure out why the code isn't working. Ah, I don't know that. Cool. But no, you are sentient rubber duckies in that regard, because you respond. You can re-narrate the current scene from the start. CXE man, what do you think about this wording? You can re-narrate the current scene from the start as you please. I mean, maybe I can get rid of as you please because it's already clear. You can re-narrate the current scene from the start. I mean, this is very strong if you think about it. I love this so much. The Fool. That is cool. I love this. What else do we have? Re-narrate is becoming the GM for a moment. It's becoming the GM for a moment, so yeah, careful. Wait, what? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Re-narrate. I mean, that means that the PC is becoming, yes, the GM, which is the whole idea, right? New beginnings, the adventure. I mean, the player, if they see or draw the Fool, they already know what to do with it, right? Is playing normally, but once more with feelings. You know what? I think I like re-narrate more, because the PC then they draw the Fool and they already are prompted to, hey, you're a fool. You can re-narrate the whole scene. Just do it. And then they say, oh, well, yeah, all of the adversaries are coming out and are in clowns costumes and they're just jumping around and do not want to attack us. I think I would love that. That would be very crazy. Newer beginnings, adventure, spontaneity. I think I like that, to be honest. But I also get the idea to play it more safe. So what do you think? What do you prefer? And unrelated to the current Daggerheart convo, but it is also as hot and humid over there as it is over here. Yep! I have barely done anything today and I'm already melting. Hell yes! There was a huge thunderstorm and it rained last night. And since then, because we had all the windows open, of course, because it was scorching hot, and now everything is so humid in here, it is disgusting. Yes, I feel you. Your only problem with restarting the scene is that it's boring to redo the same, but on the other hand, you could make it so the power also adds a stylistic constraint. So like the player can ask, okay, we redo the scene, but in a Sojo romantic style. I mean, I agree. I would want that. I would definitely want that. That's why, I mean, you can re-narrate the current scene from the start. I mean, you, the player, do we have to say go as wild as you like, or do you think it's already clear enough that people can go wild here? That will teach you to lüften, yes. To all the people who might not be familiar with the German language, lüften is the German word for to air out or to let air in, to open the window to have a nice little draft in your house. I think lüften became what is, I only know that the German phrase for this. Wait, let me. A dictum? Did it become a dictum internationally that Germans really love their Stoßlüften? Basically just opening all of the windows at once, just to have like a quick exchange of all the air. I think it's called this, but anyways. All adversaries turn into clowns is the silly one unless someone has clown phobia. Yes, exactly. That's why I don't want to say like clowns necessarily. To be honest, I think I'm fine with having it. You can re-narrate the current scene from the start as you wish. Maybe? Or something? As you wish. As you like. At your liking. You can re-narrate the current scene at your liking from the start. No. I still believe it's your card. I'm not ever sure what idea you had. I only posted mine to see if I collided with yours. No, my idea was to summon a literal fool that would mess with the adversaries. But this is so cooler. This is so much cooler and so much on point, so much on the inspiration part. That's why I want to go with this. But if you want, I can take out your name and write my name on it, if you want. But the role reversed one. That was very cool, the reversed version of you. Your duality dice change to a single d20. And every roll you make counts as both with hope and fear. Basically, you play D&D. How, when, or how does this stop? Until your long rest? Does it stop earlier? No, I think until your next long rest. Until your next long rest. Your duality dice change to a single d20, and every roll you make counts as both with hope and fear. What if the bad dream one is actually the fear side of the card? Because it can instill fear into... Wait, what? Wait. Even the GM. What if the bad dream one is actually the fear side? Oh, now I understand. Well, yes. No, I think it's fine because a player draws this card and not the GM, so I think it's fine. Both sides are kind of like you're a GM now. Upright is just narrate, and the reverse is you roll like a GM. True. Yes. It's fine. We're all silly here. I love that. Why do I roll? Oh, by the way, I just have CXD Man. Do you also have Hope and Fear? The Hope and Fear set. I took for our AP with Hackshack. I took the new D12 that come now in all of the colors from the domains, and these are Nick's domain from my brawler character from that AP, Valor and Bone. And now I have them lying around here. And occasionally I just roll for funsies. Until your next long rest. Your duality dice change to a single d20, and every roll you make counts as both with hope and fear. I think that's fun. I mean, that's mean, and that's fun. I like that. Oh, by the way, CXD Man, the Jamie Raven yesterday reminded me that sometimes on stream I turn back to saying my old pronunciation of your name, and I'm very sorry. I want to make a real effort to stick to CXD Man now, but I'm sorry if I return back. I have a problem in my mind with names. Once I have a name in my head, which is very hard to do, it sticks. Because I'm so bad with names. What is this? Why do I have... Oh, wait. Ah, great. Thank you so much, Matt, for Fearfest, what you did. That is amazing. I just saw it, and I'm getting very easily distracted by notifications on Discord. Sorry. Okay, let's go back. No, but as someone who also had a nickname who didn't like it in school, and I did not, for the life of me, could not get it away and could not convince people to use my normal name. I want to make sure that I'm not doing the same mistake. So, yeah. The Fool. I like this. Let's make the fear thing happen. The fear is mine now. So I appreciate all of the ideas from you guys, but let me think first about what I would want to do. So definitely for the fear side, How mean do I want to get? I have several ideas in my head. You had a similar experience, but you're working on it. And in this case, the nickname clearly did not come from a bad place. I can't accept it after the fact. Okay. But it's true, a nickname I didn't ask for. It's a true nickname you didn't ask for. Yes, exactly. And I don't want that. My nickname, sorry, now that I think about the whole story, my nickname, it happened when I went to school. I'm just trying to find an explanation how to explain the school where I went to, where I happened to get this nickname in international terms so that many people would understand. It was basically 6th grade. I think that should help. In 6th grade, when I was changing to a higher education school. It wasn't higher education, but whatever, 6th grade. At the very first day, I did the very stupid mistake when one of my future classmates asked me, "Hey, what is your name?" I said, "Take a guess." And then this person, who I didn't know that at that time, was very bad with, or was a jokester, and always made these very horrible German puns. And then he came up with, it doesn't translate in English, so I would just say it in German and then try to explain it. He came up with the name Karl Rate mal, which basically translates Karl guess so, or whatever. Because it's a nice rhythm in German, if it makes sense. And then from that point onward, I was called Karl. And I hated this so much. And so many of my former classmates, when they meet me now after 20 years, wait, sixth grade, I was 13. I was 13, and I was 13 in 2004. So it's 22 years ago, exactly. At this day, they still call me Karl, and I hate it. Just because I did this stupid mistake. And then afterwards, I tried to say, "Oh no, my real name is this and that. Please stop doing this." But yeah, harm was done. We'll never be able to undone. I'm going to give a suggestion for the figure to you. Great. You understand why you hate it, but it sounds like a great TTRPG PC NPC name. I mean, yes, fair, but I didn't know at that time that TTRPGs existed. I didn't have, sadly, the friends or colleagues or family that introduced me to TTRPGs at that young age. I think my life would have looked completely different. I only got to know TTRPGs when I started university, my bachelor's. And then, okay, now we fully went into story time. Okay, I can just lean back. Story time, guys. From your current point of view. Oh yeah, makes sense. When I started university for my bachelor's, some people introduced me to the German version of D&D, which is called the Black Eye, or in German, das schwarze Auge. It is very much as complex and annoying as D&D is. But I didn't know better. This was the first thing I got to know, and it was so crunchy, and I hated it because it was so crunchy. But people told me, "But this is the greatest thing ever!" And they didn't even roleplay. So my first introduction to this was just like crunching numbers and having like 3 pages of character sheets filled with numbers, and I was like, "Oh, this is too much." And I played a couple of rounds. I think even a mini campaign in this, but it never caught on. And then I put TTRPGs in the category of like, "Oh, this is too much for me. I just want to have like narrative fun," because I loved improvising. I did theater classes in school, and then afterwards as well. I loved improvisation, also being on stage and performing something. And I never caught on that these things could happen at once, because for me, TTRPGs, or was basically das schwarze Auge. And I heard of D&D before, but then my friends also told me, but D&D is das schwarze Auge, the black eye. And I was like, yeah, okay, let's put it aside, not for me. But I always wanted to do more improv. So then eventually, when COVID hit, as for many people, I started looking to, I was starting looking more into TTRPGs. And I think the first thing I started up after, like when COVID hit, was Cyberpunk, the Cyberpunk TTRPG, because I was at that time so much into Cyberpunk, the video game. It is so cool that I wanted to try the role-playing game. And the role-playing game is very much rules light. Now I know that even the Cyberpunk RPG has more rules than all of the other rules like games that are like more that are like now. But still, it was like a revelation, and it was so cool. I wanted to play in this world that I've been playing as a video game. And I did a couple of rounds also with Jeremy Raven. This was at the time where the Jeremy Raven and I connected and would interact more. And this was Cyberpunk RPG, my opening to the world. Slowly or shortly after I played the Cyberpunk RPG, Daggerheart got announced, and I was looking more into what D&D is. I also started a D&D campaign. I started other plays, and this whole field opened up, and I love this so much. So yeah, since then I know what TTRPGs can be, and I love it, and I never want to go back. Question: since you did live theater as well, do you have any idea why the theater social group doesn't realize that TTRPGs exist and are theater kid shaped? I never understood why so little comedians and actors are into the hobby. I do not have a satisfying answer to you. That is a very good question. Perhaps it same with them as it was for me. Maybe they had a different introduction to TTRPGs and saved it in their mind as something else, something that would constrain them maybe, and they wanted to have the complete freedom of play, and that's why they never tried. But that's a very fair point. I mean, the reverse is true. When you have a very good actor who finally finds their way into TTRPGs, it is just such a blast to watch them work. For example, the amazing voice actors from the Baldur's Gate 3 game, they are doing now much more actual plays, and especially I enjoy Neil Newbin. This guy is amazing. I love him too. I love to watch his performances on actual plays, how he performs his characters. Great. But yeah, that is a fair point. Don't know. Do not have an answer to that. All right, but let's stop story time and let's work on fear. The fear thingy. Right. I was contemplating how bad I wanted to be. I mean, obviously you can start thinking of like, you start rolling with a D20 instead, or your hope die becomes a D10, your fear die becomes a D20, or I mean, we already have so many cool things where, oh my god, now it's getting much more warmer in here and I'm sweating. Ugh, it's disgusting. I hate humidity. We already have stuff like you cannot spend hope anymore. Fear, do we want to... We could think of like giving the GM more options to do with what to do with fear. I think that could be fun because I do trust GMs to not be too bad to their players. We already have the feature to increase the fear pool. Should we give GMs additional options to do what to do with fear? Like GMs do not need to spend fear anymore to spotlight adversaries, maybe, or GMs can use fear. GMs can spotlight 2 adversaries at once by spending 1 fear only. Or do we want to add more? GMs can spend fear to prevent players to use hope. No, this is bad. To use hope? No, this is stupid. This is too mean. He was about to stop to type ideas. Um, I think this could be fun to give the GM more options to spend fear. What are the options? GMs can spend fear to start fear features, to spotlight adversaries, to make a GM move. I mean, these are all things that they can already do. What could we add? It could be fun. Hmm. Hmm. So many options, so many good options. Bonk. Yeah. Hmm. That is true. Yes, I agree. That's why I'm. Da, da, da. Or we add GM moves. What about this? We add GM moves. We could add something super mean, like spend 3 fear to play off of what we had earlier with you re-narrate the scene. Spend 3 fear to induce a dire consequence that might cause. Wait, I was. Wait. Let me look at one of my. Let me look at Spa Day. If you do not already know this, there's a thing that I made, a little adventure frame called Spa Day. It is for free, and I did something there that I want to look at. Wait. Where is it? Adventures. Where did I put it? Freaking hell, where did I put this? Huh? Why do I not find my own shit? What is this madness? Oh, there it is. My god, that was stupid. Here we go. Spa Day. Gary's Spa Day. I did something there. I also added a fear move. Spend 4 fear. Create a serious hazard with a consequence countdown and life-threatening consequences. What do we think about something like that? I mean, the GM already has the option to do that, but if we prompt them to do that, what do you think? Does that sound fun or not? If you say no, I'm fine with that. I can go with something else. Because this would kind of like induce a event with a consequence countdown of 6 and life-threatening consequences that the players would have to overcome. I mean, we do not even have to spend fear. We can just induce that, right? Create a serious hazard with a consequence countdown of 6 and life-threatening consequences for the PCs. What about that? What do you think? This would definitely turn the tides in a scene. Like, if it would make any scene extremely dangerous. What do we think about that? Wait, I will write this down and also make some alternatives, and then we can go a little bit back and forth. What do you think? Right. Here have it. Wait. Start a consequence countdown as you create a serious hazard with life-threatening consequences. Massive threat. It's just not versatile, as in it could happen when you don't want a big threat to exist. I'm still not completely clear on when these cards happen. To create a massive threat, serious hazard. Yeah. These things happen can happen once per scene. For currently, we have it as once per scene a PC can draw a card from the deck and roll 2d12 to see which card they draw. That a PC can draw a card from the deck and rolls 2d12. The number dictates the card they draw, and I will clean this up later. When the hope die is higher, the card is upright, and the free die is higher, the card is reversed. I will clean this up later. So this happened once per scene, maximum. That's why these things can be rather strong. As you create, no. As CGM. Huh. Oh, this is a cool idea. Because the player draws this card. Should the player come up with a massive threat? I mean, it is fear. I think I would like that. I think I would like that. Fear overwhelms you as a massive. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Because it's a player. A massive threat from their background appears with life-threatening consequences. And then the GM starts the consequence countdown. How about that? That sounds fun. Fear overwhelms your mind as a massive threat from your memories manifests, threatening all targets in the scene. The GM starts a consequence countdown of 6. With life-threatening consequences when it triggers. If you want to go that route, each player secretly describes a tier 4 worth threat. Tier 4 worth threat. That sounds fun. And gives it to the GM. The GM selects one of them in secret to integrate to the story. Oh, that is cool. Make it a group project. Oh, that is cool. I like that as well. Fear overwhelms your mind as massive threats from your memories manifests. As massive threats threatening. Oh, that is cool. That is cool. I like that. This is cool. CXZ man, did you see? Did you get Pistol Heart already? Did you get the Pistol Heart? Pistol Heart Volume 3, because there is a enigma. I think it. Wait. What was it called? I wrote it down. What was it called? No. There's an enigma. I think a tier 2 enigma that basically plays off of the fears of the players. And there Carlos wrote a feature where each player writes down a fear of their, or basically a secret. No, it was not a fear, a secret of their character. They write it down on a card and give it to the GM to play with these secrets eventually in the scene, but also later in the game. This was very cool. Did you hear a spontaneous tiny bit of German sneaking in? Oh, for sure you did. This happens quite often. What did I say? What did I say? You do not have Pistol Heart yet. I mean, this could be fun. That's why I was thinking about this. That I like this a lot. That that players come up with a thread from their memories, write it down, and give it to the PC, and then to the GM, and the GM plays with this. But you wrote something. Well, a group project? No, actually, you want each thread to be secretly designed, because then each player can claim to have surprised the others, and until the thread shows up, each players get to instill fear on the other players when they will inevitably spill what they gave the GM. Perhaps I said ich bin. I don't know. I do not consciously realize when I'm not speaking English. Wait, CXD man, I think you have to elaborate. So let me see. Until the thread shows up. Wait, can you elaborate how this would play out on the table? Because my idea was now that players would write down their idea of how the scene would worsen to come up with a serious threat from their memories, how the scene would change. Write this on a thing, give it to the GM, and the GM decides. I think this is what you mentioned earlier. The GM decides which threat is coming, and the players would not know this. How did you mean it? If the players create if the players create the tier 4 threads openly, it's a cool group project, but there is no surprise. No, exactly. I don't want to be this that this is open. If it's a secret individual project, it creates anticipation, which is key to thrill and fear. Yes, no, for sure. This is supposed to be secret. Writes down a thread of their past. Each PC secretly writes down a thread of their past on a piece of paper and hands it to the GM. If my dude gets elected, I'm so sorry. Yeah, exactly. I think I do not want to say that it's a tier 4 worthy threat, because I do not think that players have the idea what a tier 4 worthy threat is, or not maybe all of them. That's why I just like leave it open, and the GM makes it a worthy life-threatening threat, if that makes sense. The trick is the power. Is this power will make the players be the fear for the other players? Yes. Yes. Wait, let me write this and see if this is something that you like. Each PC secretly writes down a thread of their past. Person, event, object, etc. Down a thread of their past on a piece of paper and hand it to the GM. With life-threatening consequences. The GM decides which threat. Oh, I mean, we can also give it to the GM to decide to use all of them, right? If they want to do this. Which threads they... The GM decides which threads threads will be used in the scene. Not sure about the wording. This is very wordy. Place on note T4. I mean, the GM can explain. It's the worst thing possible. Yes. Yes. And hand it to... Ah! All right. I just I just had to write someone. Okay. What do you think about this? Fear overwhelms your minds as massive threats from your memories manifest. Each PC secretly writes down a threat, a person, event, object, etc. of their past on a piece of paper and hands it, exactly, this needs to be with S, to the GM. The GM decides which threat or threats will be used in the scene. When the threats appear, they start a consequence countdown of the GM. The GM starts a consequence countdown 6 with life-threatening consequences when it triggers. How do they escape it? They have to escape the scene? Or do they have to fight it? Because, I mean, we could play with 2 countdowns, but I don't like that. Until they deal with the threat. What could be the end if you guys are... How do they escape? I mean, depends on the threat. Yeah, it's true. Yes. That is true. It totally depends on the threat. So I think it would be in the discretion of the GM on how this threat could be overcome. You know what? I think I take away the consequence countdown, because even the 6 so totally depends on the threat, and it can be more or less balanced depending on the threat that the players are facing, right? So I think I take away the consequence countdown and just keep the life-threatening consequences, and then the Or is this too much on the GM to come up with life-threatening consequences? What do you all think? The GM decides which threats will be used in the scene. The scene changes to become life-threatening? I don't like that. When the scene appears, when the threats appear, the scene changed to become No, you know what? I think I like the countdown still. It gives a way out. But we do not make... I do want this threat to be life-threatening. But I also want to have a way out of this. Okay, let me rewrite this. PCs fail roll. Aimed at dealing with this threat. Okay, if we do it like this, a live threat learning consequence countdown. When the threat appears, the GM starts when the here we go. The GM starts a life-threatening consequence countdown, 6, ticking down when the PCs fail a roll aimed at dealing with the threats. This already has built in that the PCs have to deal somehow with the threat, and the GM decides on when this has been dealt with in the scene. And if they fail to do so 6 times, shit happens. I think I like that. I think I like that. What do you all think? This should be better now and clearer, because now the PCs have a clear goal, the GM knows exactly what to do, and we have this little game of like every PC has to secretly write down a threat. I think that's cool. I think that's very cool. Are we fine with that? Now we want a hope feature. Fear. How do players overcome their fears? Huh. I mean, we already have hope. You are filled with strong, hopeful feeling, as if you can accomplish. Or no, wait. They're playing more with fears. Oh yes. Okay. Until your next long rest. Oh, another idea. Oh god, I've too many ideas. Okay. I will write down 2 options and then you guys decide. Until your next long rest, your fear die becomes a D20. Every time you roll with fear is stress. Like, I mean, this happens often then, right? And you can clear stress. So you basically, you're fueled with fear. Because this causes that the GM gets more fear, but you are succeeding more and you are clearing stress, so you can use more features, but also the GM gets more fear and can use it more often. This brings in this loop of like much more bad things are happening, but you also can use more features. I think that's cool. Okay, the other thing. We play something similar to what we have for the reversed card, reversed fear. Describe your worst. Describe your PC's worst fear. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. Overcoming your fears. This is cool. Okay, wait. Describe your PC's worst fear. The GM may spend a fear to manifest manifest your PC's fear. Okay, I do not know how to word this yet, but my idea is you can willingly manifest your worst nightmare to try to overcome it. So this is basically you doing like this hyper stimulation to yourself, where you face your fears and become stronger out of this. And I want the PC to have the chance to overcome their fear and then get a free experience out of this. Like basically, I overcome my fear or something like this. Basically, if you guys have watched the last roundtable AP actual play, episode 3 on Sunday, little spoiler, Nick, my character, was trying to face his fear of goats and trying to overcome that. I think that could be fun. CXD man, what did you wrote? I would have made it so every time the GM spends a fear, a player character gains 1 hope. Because hope doesn't affect much of the rest, it's mostly an enabler and it opens the ability to do cool stuff. Clearing stress is only an enabler if you were already cooked in stress. Yeah, makes sense. And it triggers on spending a fear, because that's the closest thing I could think of to facing fear. It triggers on spending a fear. By definition, the spending of fear should trigger something bad. True. Wait, until your next long rest, you'd fear die every time you roll a fear, clear stress. So you would say every time the GM spends a fear, you gain a hope. I mean, that would be extremely strong. Should it rather be every time the GM spends a fear to enact a GM move against you, so then either spotlight a adversary against you or uses fear feature against you, because these would be fears directly directed towards you. It has to be 1 character gains a hope, because when the GM spends a fear, no PC is playing. How do we define which character is gaining a hope? I don't dislike that, but how do we define that which character is gaining a hope? All character gain a hope. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. If all characters gain hope, that is very bad. Yeah, big inflation in the economy. Yeah. Until your next long rest, your fear die becomes a d20 every time the GM spends a fear. I mean, we can say a random PC gains a hope, but that's not satisfying. I guess the same way you pick Spotlight. You talk among yourselves, who needs hope? Sure. Or it's the player who... Ah, no, I don't want to give this into the hands of a single player. That is fun. I do trust that GMs are nice to their players, but I do not trust that players are nice to the GM. Give a hope to one of the characters with the least hope. Oh yeah. The PC with the current least amount of hope gains a hope. The PC with the current least amount of hope gains a hope. I do not think that we need least current. The PC with the least amount of hope gains a hope. So it's basically, do you also want this to be for all of the characters? Because right now it's a bit weird when this reads only for 1 player, but this is for all. No, it should be for all players. Because this makes this feedback loop even worse. All of the players roll with the d20 as their fear die. They generate so much fear, and every time when the GM spends a fear, they gain hope. Holy shit, this is chaos incarnate. I love this. Okay. Until the next long rest, every PC fear die becomes a d20. Every PC rolls a d20 as their fear die. Every PC rolls a d20 as their fear die. Now we're talking. Until the next long rest, every PC rolls a d20 as their fear die. Every time the GM spends a fear, the PC with the least amount of hope gains a hope. That is fun. I mean, now I don't have this overcoming your own fear thing anymore, but I think I like this feedback loop. This can cause so much chaos. You realize that you didn't integrate the first part of the fear cards rule. Fear, that's a lot of fear. Wait. What do you mean? Ow! Ah, wow. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I hurt myself. It's fine. I'm a bit lost. Can you elaborate? Until the next long rest, every PC rolls a d20 as their fear die. So much fear is going to be caused every time. And but the hope is coming back. Oh, this is so much fun for both players and GMs, I must say. I love this. So this overcoming the fears and getting experience thing I like as well, but it's not as cool as this one. When GM spends fear, you gain hope without the d20 part. Are you fine with the wording and the current design of this card? Because it is chaotic, which I like, because both players gain tons of hope and the GM gains tons of fear. So they all can do shenanigans. And this is more very life-threatening, but also very fun for the players. Like which thread of their memories is coming back? I want to add a little bit of a flavor text here. I'm thinking of a flavor text currently. Is this too much? The cosmic battle of hope versus fear reaches its finale until the next long rest. Blah, blah, blah. It's hard to find a beneficial fear thing, but putting everyone on nitro boosters is at the very least exciting. Yes, true. I agree. That was a weird sound. The cosmic battle of hope versus fear reaches its finale. It's pinnacle? I need a strong word. Oh, what is an intangible thesaurus? Tell me. I need a better word for this. I want to have something that encapsulates this whole strong ethereal. Oh yes, ethereal. That's a fun name. The ethereal battle of hope versus fear reaches its. I need another word for finale. I need something better for finale. Climax, of course. Yes. Why did I not think of this? Yes. The ethereal battle of hope versus fear reaches its climax. Until the next long rest, every PC rolls a d20 as their fear die. Every time the GM spends a fear, the PCs with the least amount of hope gains a hope. Oh, that is so fun. I love this. I love this. Oh, that's cool. The implications of this card are so cool. Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I'm very happy with this. Yep. All right. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Oh, I'm cool. I'm happy. I think I did manage. I think I did manage to create something that is worthy of all the other editions. I'm happy. Thank you so much, CXZ Man and Kattenquart for the help with this. Fear overwhelms your minds as massive threats from your memories manifest. Each PC secretly writes down a threat, person, object, event of their past on a piece of paper and hands it to the GM. The GM decides which threats will be used in the scene. The GM starts They then, I do not need to say the GM twice. They then start a life-threatening consequence countdown, ticking down when the PCs fail a roll aimed at dealing with the threat. Oh, cool. Cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Amazing. I love this. Are we done? I think we have entries for everything. Perfect. Perfect. We have entries for everything. Then I can continue going to check all of the other entries. Amazing. So this is now the part where I go over all of the other entries and check them once again. But before I do that, I need a break. I need a quick bio break. So if you want to be part of that and see all of the other entries again, stay tuned. Otherwise, listen to this beautiful lo-fi sounds while I take a quick break. See you soon. Oh my God, wrong screen. We're not ending this. See you. Alrighty, I'm back. Hello, hello, hello. Alrighty, let's finish this. Let's go over the remaining entries. I think the chariot, I think I wanted to look at that. Yes. You become an inspirational figure. You can initiate a tag team move. You can initiate one tag team move without spending its whole cost. You can initiate one tag team move without spending its whole cost. Do I want to add... which you get advantage on. You can initiate one tag team move without spending its hook cost, which you get advantage on. Additionally, you gain advantage on that. You and your partner get advantage on that roll. That move, here we go. You become an inspirational figure. You can initiate one tag team move without spending its hope cost. Additionally, you and your partner get advantage on that move. Okay. Reversed. You are filled with dread and doubt. You may not help an ally or initiate a tag team move until you succeed an action roll with hope. Yeah. Fair. Fair. Adventure lies ahead. Strength, courage, resilience, compassion. A dwarf appears. A grumpy dwarf, or a... what is another word for grumpy? Thesaurus, help me. Cantankerous, right, we had this. A grouchy... oh, grouchy is a cool name. Grouchy is a cool name. A grouchy... and a grouchy dwarf appears who aids you in your next attack. Wait, why is this worded so weird? Did not... okay. A grouchy dwarf appears who aids you in your next attack. Who aids you in your next attack. Gain a +3 bonus to your next action roll. To your next attack roll, right? Again, a +3 bonus to your next attack. And damage roll. Here we go. I think this is better. Because now the dwarf is aiding you both hitting and dealing more damage. I think that's fine. I think that's a bit better. And then a dwarf appears and punches your knees. Cantankerous. Thank you Google. A cantankerous dwarf appears and punches your knees. An adversary gets a +3 bonus to their next attack roll against you. Yep. This is fine. Oh, the hermit. It's not like herbs. Hermit, I think. The Hermit. Introspection, solitude, guidance. What did Jeff design? Your time spent in quiet introspection allows you to rest deeply and make sense of the things troubling you. You gain 2 additional downtime actions during your next rest. That is a cool concept. How can we add on that? Because I think just having 2 more downtime actions is... I think I want to add something more. Allows you to rest deeply and make sense of the things troubling you. I think instead of doing 2 additional downtime actions, I think what I want to do is I'm gonna take your next rest. During your next rest, you clear all marked HP and stress automatically. And if you take the repair downtime action, you gain up to 3 hope instead. You gain... I always press the wrong buttons. And when you take the prepare downtime action, and when you prepare with someone else, both of you gain 3 hope instead. Okay, because now we have your time spent in deep introspection allows you to rest deeply and make sense of the things surrounding you, troubling you. So now it becomes, it allows you to rest deeply. Because you rest so deeply and you introspect, you clear all of your marked HP and stress instead of just rolling for it. And make sense of the things troubling you, or you spend time in deep introspection. If you then prepare with someone else, you gain more hope, because you usually gain only 2 hope, but then both of you gain 3 hope when you prepare. And it clears you up for doing other downtime moves, like work on a project, like work on a project downtime move, or for example, clear your armor. My voice after 2 hours of streaming is getting strained. But fortunately, the Jamie Raven gave me this little candy that I can chew on. That should hopefully help me with my voice. Lurking, working on a personal Daggerheart project while listening to your rambles. Oh, perfect. Love it. I will try to make it in a soothing voice. How does that sound? I can bring the microphone a bit closer and start using a I don't know, a narrator voice. Please don't. Fine. Good. Your time alone is consumed in turmoil and uncertainty. You gain no downtime actions during your next rest. By the way, if my chewing on this little candy thing is too annoying because you hear weird noises, please let me know. Then I can mute myself real quick. Your time alone is consumed by turmoil and uncertainty. You gain no downtime actions during your next rest. No downtime actions. Is this mean enough? I mean, it already is mean, but I think I want it to be mean without messing too much with the Okay, I think I'm adding this. Other PCs can still prepare with you as you gain the hope. No, that sounds wrong. Because then... So you cannot clear HP, you cannot clear stress, you cannot clear armor. That is pretty mean. I like this. Oh, it is the Hermit. Introspection, solitude. I mean, if it's the Hermit. You spend your next downtime action alone. Or you go on a personal side quest? No, that's also too mean. I think we do this. You gain no downtime action during your next rest because you spent the time contemplating. Other PCs can still prepare with you, and you can still prepare with you, and you can gain the hope. I think that's fine. Is it though? Or should we only allow you only have clear HP and clear armor slots to you and not anything else? Because I'm thinking of a hermit. A hermit who is living alone can still take care of himself, but cannot prepare with others, cannot gain hope, cannot maybe also clear stress, although I mean living alone away from humanity would clear a lot of stress for me. Your time alone is consumed by turmoil and uncertainty. You gain no downtime actions during your next rest. Other PCs can still prepare with you and you can gain the hope. Is it fine? I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Let's mark it. I think I should not overthink about it. Let's look at it. Goraline, Wheel of Fortune again. Change cycles, destiny, Wheel of Fortune. You have advantage on your next 1d6 action rolls. Yep. Wheel of Fortune, you roll a d6, see on how many action rolls you have advantage. Plain and simple. If you would gain advantage, you gain disadvantage instead, and vice versa. Oh yeah, right. There's this back and forth that we already have on Matt's card, right? And you critically succeed, resolve your rolls with hope as rolls with fear instead. You may spend 5 hope collectively to end this effect. Yeah. If you would gain advantage, you gain disadvantage instead, and vice versa. If you would gain disadvantage, you gain advantage. But disadvantage usually is in the in the discretion of the GM. When PCs would get disadvantage, so it's up to the GM when they would give disadvantage, and then advantage in that case. I like it. Wheel of Fortune. I like it. Justice. For the next 24 hours. No, we have to change this. No one can successfully lie to you or throw shade. Until your next long rest. No one can successfully lie to you or shade the truth. Here we go. Or should I be more until the end of the next day? I think this should be clearer, because if this effect occurs shortly before a long rest, this would be horrible. Until the end of the next day, and no one can successfully lie to you or shade the truth. Great. We'll continue. Do we need successfully though? Do not think so. No one can lie to you or shade the truth. I think that's fine. Successfully means there could be a way to unsuccessfully lie to you. No. No one can lie to you or shade the truth. For the next until we say you can only speak the truth and you must do so in excruciating detail. That's so fun. Next, the hangman. The hanged man. Surrender. New perspective. Sacrifice. Until your next long rest, you may mark HP to use a you may mark a HP to use a D20 as your hope die for your next roll instead. You spend HP to be hopefully successful with the roll. Surrender, new perspective, sacrifice. Makes sense. Your next critical success becomes a success with fear. Instead. Your next critical success becomes a success with fear instead. This is fine. Surrender, hangman, you still succeed, but success with fear. New perspectives. Yeah. Yep. Cut and quad. Death. Here we go. The amazing card. I love that. Transformation. Ending. New beginnings. The card you just pulled begins to glow white and you feel like you're reborn. Clear all your currently marked stress and a temporary HP slot that lasts and gain a temporary HP slot that lasts until your next long rest. I'm currently contemplating whether or not I want to increase it in power and also not only clear all currently marked stress, but also clear all HP. No, I think that's good. I think that's good. You clear all marked stress, but you remain or you keep your marked HP. Because it is the death card after all. It is a new beginning, new chances, but there's still chance if you already have marked HP. It's fine. I like that. And especially the fear part of that card. That is so fun. The card you just pulled begins to glow bright red, and afterwards your vision goes dark. The character that pulled this... Oh, we already established... Wait. You must make a death move. You must make a death move. You must make a death move. If you would die as a result of this move, you gain the Ghost Transformation card instead. That's so cool. I love this. That's very cool. Goreline, temperance, balance, moderation, harmony. Until your next long rest, gain advantage on action rolls and reaction rolls to resolve... Once again. Until your next long rest, gain advantage on action rolls and reaction rolls to resolve situations through diplomacy. Yep. Your worst enemy seeks you out. Start a long-term countdown. When it triggers, the confrontation occurs in a place and manner chosen by your foe. Yep. It's just great. Do not need to change anything anymore. Jeff again. The Devil. You become painfully aware of your shortcomings and cannot bear the thought of them. Choose one of your character's flaws. That flaw becomes amplified until your next rest. Until your next rest, your strongest trait becomes a 0. I have to do a little bit of rewording. You become painfully aware of your shortcomings and cannot bear the thought of them. Choose one of your character's traits. One of your character's flaws. That flaw becomes amplified. Let's draw as that flaw amplifies. Now it makes sense. Until your next rest, your strongest trait becomes a 0 instead. Until your next long rest? That would be mean? Would this be mean? I think it's already mean enough. Until your next rest, your strongest trait becomes a 0 instead. That is painful. And the good side of the devil, because the devil apparently is reversed. That's why we had the bad part on hope, and now the good part on fear. You become acutely aware of your shortcomings and fight against them with everything you have. Choose one of your character's flaws. You do not have to contend with that flaw until your next rest. Alright. Until your next rest, your weakest trait becomes 3 instead. Choose one of your character's flaws to not have to contend with. Choose one of your character's flaws to not have to contend with anymore. Choose one of your character's flaws that you do not have to contend with anymore. Until your next rest, your weakest trait becomes 3 instead. Your weakest trait becomes 3 instead. Usually a -1 or something, -1 or 0. That's strong. I like that. That's great. Nick, the tower. I think we talked about this earlier. The closest mortal build structure begins to crumble. Start a standard escape countdown. If it triggers, all targets get buried in the rubble. This is cool. All adversaries start questioning their alliances and allegiances in far range. Also very cool. No notes. The XZ-Man, the star. You become the star who shines among your friends. Every ally within very far range chooses to either gain 1 hope or clear 1 stress, and you temporarily become the star. While being the star, you shine very brightly, you cannot be hidden, and you reveal anything magically hidden within very far range. It's so cool. And fear. You become the star who takes the spotlight away from your friends. Each ally within very far range painfully chooses to either mark 1 stress or lose 1 hope, and you clear or gain as many stress and hope as allies who did so. You temporarily become the main character. While being the main character, other players must ask your permission to have the spotlight. And if you grant it, the GM also gains a fear. You may only stop being the main character if you take major damage or when anyone spends 3 hope to remove this condition. This is fun. Oh, hello! Welcome back, Matt. You missed a few fun additions that we did. Let's go over there. I don't know if you saw what... It's fun. I just wanted to say, I don't know if you saw what Azu and Kattenquart did. But we made the Hope and Fear card. Very, very fun. Kattenquart, Hope. On the Hope side, you are filled with a strong, hopeful feeling as if you can accomplish anything as long as you try. Until your next rest, you can add your experiences to your rolls without spending any hope. And oh wait, I think we haven't cleared that up yet here, right? On the right. Okay, perfect. Let's do this now. Either you are filled with so much hope that it almost becomes overwhelming. You lose the ability to mark 1 of your hope slots until your next long rest, but gain hope equal to your remaining unmarked hope slots. Or you are filled with so much hope that it almost becomes overwhelming. You cannot spend any hope. When you max out your hope, the effect ends. I think we decided on this one, right? On the bottom, if I remember correctly. You are filled with so much hope that it almost becomes overwhelming. You cannot spend any hope. When you max out your hope, the effect ends. Yeah, I think we had this. Okay. And for fear, CXZ-Man and Kattenquart helped me to create something very fun for the fear card. On the hope side, when you draw the fear card with hope, the ethereal battle of hope versus fear reaches its climax. Until the next long rest, every PC rolls a d20 as their fear die, so generating lots of fear. Every time the GM spends a fear, the PCs with the least amount of hope gains a hope, so they will always gain back hope. So it's a back and forth between fear and hope, which is a lot of fun in my opinion. This will cause so much mayhem on the table, because the GM will have plenty of fear and the players will have plenty of hope to do shit. And also very fun, on the fear side, fear overwhelms your minds as massive threats from your memories manifest. Each PC secretly writes down a threat, a person, event or object of their past on a piece of paper and hands it to the GM. The GM decides which threats will be used in the scene, so either one threat or all, or 2 or 3 or whatever. They then start a life-threatening consequence countdown, ticking down when the PCs fail a roll aimed to dealing with the threats. So yeah, a little game. I don't know if Matt, did you already have a chance to see the creator spotlight that we did with Carlos last Friday? Because there I also mentioned one of the enigmas, which has a very cool feature in the book, where the PCs have to write down a secret of them and hand it to the GM, and the GM can then do shenanigans with this. So this is where the inspiration came from. Lots of fun. So yeah, these are the cards I think that you missed. And then we were just about to go over all over the rest, so we are soon finished for this stream. Eventualize ahead the moon. Were we here? I think we were here. Yeah. Oh, I haven't checked it, apparently. It doesn't have a checkbox. Done. Oh, cool. This is apparently new. Great. Let's have a look at that. Eventualize ahead. The moon. Feeling being observed from somewhere you cannot see. All PCs gain disadvantage on instinct rolls until the end of the scene. I see. Love the color spotlight. Thank you. We loved it as well. There's more to come. I think I already teased to you which person's coming next. Did I? It's a very fun person coming next. We still have to define a date. But if this is any teaser to you, the spotlight will definitely be after next week Wednesday. New moon, feeling observed. All PCs gain disadvantage. We already have so much. We already have so much with. We already have so many cards that interact with instinct rolls that I'm inclined to take away this instinct roll as well. But I like the idea. New moon. A new moon rises. Your party. Your party feels being watched. Ever watchful or ever frightful, ever... What is the word that I'm missing? Is there a word for that? No, there's no. Nope. Great. A new moon rises. Your party is the constant feeling of being observed from somewhere inconceivable. Is this a English sentence? As I'm not an English native, I am questioning this myself so often. If the sentences I produce are actual English sentences. Your party has the constant feeling of being observed from somewhere inconceivable. Huh? What's this? This? No. I think I take this away. This from somewhere inconceivable. This is fine. Being observed. I'm doing something else. Every time a PC rolls with fear, Until the next rest. Every time a PC fails a roll? No, rolls with fear. They must mark a press. As shadows are growing closer. Oh yeah. Wait, there are no shadows in the new moon. Why not? There are plenty of shadows. Shades? Shades. Shades is sounds more... Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Until the next rest, every time a PC rolls with fear, they must mark a stress as shades are growing closer. As shades grow closer. Are growing closer? Coming closer? Oh god, now I'm questioning this as well. Is growing the right word? No, right? Apparently I can't English today. Let me ask people if this is actually an English word. Are growing closer. Is this actually true? Are closing in. Are shadows are closing in. Closing in, it's a suggestion. I think that's better. Yes, shades are closing in. Sounds better to me. I must mark a stress as shades are closing in. A full moon rises. It's about feeling what couldn't be felt. All PCs get a bunch of instinct rolls until they see. Ah, okay. Once again, I want to have something else than instinct rolls because we already mess with instinct rolls so much in these cards. Perhaps we give everyone true sight, like seeing non-visible things. Here we go. You may see things previously unseen as the moon's light. What was... Ah, here we go. This is the wording. Wait, was the moon reversed as well? Jeff, was the moon reversed as well? Devil Moon Tower. Yes, okay, perfect. All PCs gain advantage on instinct. By the way, Matt, I don't know if you heard this before. Because when I was really when I was looking at Withershin and realizing that you wrote it, I suggested that we could collaborate maybe in the future on something if you want to. I would be very happy, a happy little Azu about that. If we could release something together. Reveal anything magically hidden within very far range. Until the next rest. Anything magically hidden reveals itself to you. Anything magically or non-magically hidden reveals itself to you. I think that's fine. Until the next rest, anything magically or non-magically hidden in very far range reveals itself to you. Because the full moon is shining the light to you, so no one can surprise you. Nothing. And illusions break. I mean, something magically hidden can also be called an illusion. So I think it's fine. Great, done. A new moon rises, your party has the constant feeling of being observed until the next rest. Every time a PC rolls with fear, they must mark a stress as shades are closing in. A new moon rises. Da, da, da. Every time a PC rolls with fear, they must mark a stress as is it every? No, it is. Yeah, this is the right. They must mark a stress as shades are closing in. A full moon rises. You may see things previously unseen as the moon slides and lightens you. The moon slide and lightens you. Moon slide and lightens you. That is a weird sentence. Is there another word for that? No. The Soros is not helping. As the moon's light guides you. Perfect. Moonlight guide. As the moonlight guides you. Why not make this? Yes, the moonlight guides you. Until the next rest, anything magically or non-magically hidden in very far range reveals itself to you. Gorleen, sun. I think we're done with the moon. Perfect. Gain 1d4 hope. Until you fail a roll, gain advantage on all action rolls as the sun shines on you. Yeah, sure. Plain and simple. Mark 1d4 stress. Until you succeed a roll, when you have disadvantage on all action rolls as you fear the absence of warmth. You have disadvantage on all action rolls. Yeah, this is fine. This is plain understandable. Yef, judgment. Rebirth, evaluation, reflection. That's one we haven't looked at. This card is about learning from your mistakes, basically. Okay. Until your next rest. If you roll a failure with fear, you can re-roll it once. Until your next rest. If you roll a failure with fear, you can re-roll it once. I think, didn't I work on this yesterday already? Learning from your mistakes. Yep, this is fine. Just one card, get 3 out of J card, or yeah. Kind of, you failed, you can do it once again. Evaluate your mistakes. Until your next rest, when you fail a roll, you also mark a stress. You fail a roll, you also mark a stress. Yeah, spend 3 hope to negate the effect of this card prematurely. I think we worked on this, right? When you fail a roll, you also mark a stress. Spend 3 hope to negate this effect. Judgment. Rebirth, evaluation, reflection. I mean, evaluation and reflection. Spend 3 hope to change that. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Yep, fine. I call it fine. Adventure lies ahead. The world. Completion, fulfillment, achievement. The next time the PCs begin a journey. All right, I read this. This is cool, right? This card begins transforming in a burst of emerald vines and amethyst leaves. It functions as a portal seed connecting to the closest and safest entrance to the location they are trying to reach. The first time they pass the portal, all PCs gain a hope. That is very cool. I liked that yesterday a lot. The next time the PCs begin a journey, this blah blah blah. Yes, it instead connects to a dangerous location of the GM's choosing. The GM may spend a fear to force the PCs through the portal. The first time they pass the portal, all PCs mark a stress, and the GM gains 2 fear. Or gains a fear per PC. Gains a fear per PC. Mark a stress, and the GM gains a fear per PC. Here we go. Nice. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. I like this. So flavorful. And I think then we're done. We went through everything. Marked everything. Let's have a let's read. Oh, the first one doesn't have a check mark. The Fool. It was all just a bad dream. You can re-narrate the current scene from the start. Super fun. Until your next long rest, your duality dice change to a single d20, and every roll you make counts as both with hope and fear. Check. No notes. All right. Perfect. Cool. Next steps. This is done. I nearly streamed 3 hours. Holy cow. This is done. The next steps are I will prepare this in a post somehow. I think I do not have a way yet to make this properly into. I think I will also put this on the Homebrew vault, the Heart of Daggers Homebrew vault for sure. The card will look horrible because it has so much text on it, and I do not think I can. I do not think we have the option yet to add tables or something. But I will make this nonetheless on the Homebrew vault for now. I will also post it on the Reddit post. Wait, let me leave you guys the Reddit post that I did yesterday for the actual Homebrew challenge. If you want to participate and also create something on your own, please feel free to go to this Reddit link. Do we already have someone joining except me? No, not yet, but hopefully we will get someone soon. So I will post it there as well, the big list with all of the names that contributed, and we'll put it out. And the Jeremy Revan and I, we will also create. It might take a while. We will also create a little card, which is probably a very long card with all of the text in our style that will go up very soon on our Patreon for free. We might even share it. I think we also share it with the Discord and the world in this occasion, because so many people worked on that, and not all of them are part of our free Patreon. Speaking of Patreon, let me leave this. Let me use a little thing that we created. I just have to find it. Command Patreon. Here we go. Haha. We have a Moobot that can throw out a little link to our very free Patreon that you can join. We do not have paid tiers yet, so you can join for free and get all of the juicy insights and all of the homebrew things from us. We also post lots of cool videos on there, actual plays, creator spotlights, the VODs from this beautiful thing that we're doing right now, all of the previous homebrew items that we created, and design insights and art insights into what we do as Bart and Raven, as we are a creator duo for Daggerheart content, as you know. Anyways, enough of that. I am done for today. I will post this later or everywhere and let people know about the very cool thing that we all created here. This is so amazing. Oh, I love it. I love it so much, and I'm so grateful for you all to have joined. Cut and Quad, thank you so much once again for coming by today. I know CXZ Man is not here anymore, but I'm also very grateful of that he came. And of course, Matt, Heart of Daggers, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming by and also participating as the magician. There could not have been a better card for you to design. I'm so happy for you. Anyways, this has been a very long extra stream this week. This should not become a regularity. I should stick to my Monday afternoon streams. But once again, I had such a joy with you all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of the day and a wonderful rest of the week. Stay tuned for what is coming next. Look out for this beautiful tarot deck to make its way to all of the platforms, and share the love of what we did here. Until next time, see you guys.